Hi, it's James Kaiko. I'm here in the Century 21 studio with special guest, counselor Matt Shoemaker. Welcome to the studio here.
Thanks for having me.
You've been here before in your capacity as a lawyer. That was semi-interesting. We're here in your capacity as counselor to talk about economic initiatives for the city and what we have to look forward to in the next couple of years. We just started a new term on council.
Yeah, last month.
And how's that looking? What are early indications on the new council?
Yeah, good so far. We just passed the budget last week. I brought forward a number of initiatives at council. Tried to keep the tax increase down as much as possible. It's always nice to strive for zero. You're not going to hit it every year.
You took a leadership role in those budget deliberations.
Yeah, I brought some $800 and some $1,000 worth of savings proposals forward. A lot of them were accepted. About 550, 600,000 were accepted, and then ultimately the levy increase was 3.5%, which I voted against. But I was happy to have brought forward a number of proposals to save money.
Now, when you talk about lower taxes, obviously that's to help homeowners stay in their homes. But there's a larger reason for lower taxes as it relates to our economy, the business community. What are those effects like, and how do you see those benefiting our community with a lower tax rate?
Yeah, I mean, you've got, the residential component is important because you want people who are on fixed incomes, whose incomes aren't going up, to be able to stay and afford to, the increases in the cost of living. But you've got commercial sector as well that is
heavily taxed.
Well, that's taxed, and that any amount that their taxes go up, they have to turn to their tenants, to their customers to pay those.
Someone pays for it.
Someone pays for it, so it's in effect, a double burden on the on the end user.
And if someone's paying for it, they're not taking that money and investing it in employees or expansion or in the city, right?
Right, and I mean, you can, whether it's a half point this year or a half point next year, there's people will say it doesn't have a big effect, but cumulatively, you see that there is a need to just strive to keep them as low as possible, where you're not affecting services to a great extent. So, you have to just look for some opportunities, and you always have to be open to looking at various ways to save money.
And I'm sure the residents of this community appreciate you taking a leadership role in the budget and with the taxes.
I hope so.
Moving on. Okay, this is what people want to know, and especially realtors in the real estate industry. What a lot of people say, what drives real estate, housing values? What drives real estate in general? It's confidence. It's confidence in the community. It's the economy. So the decisions that the council make are very important to where someone's home is going to be value-wise in coming years. So very, very important, the economy as it relates to real estate. So tell us some of the things that council's working on, and economic initiatives, and some of the things that you're providing a leadership role in.
Yeah, so from a council perspective, we've got the downtown redevelopment initiative that's underway. There's funding for some aspects of it, other aspects.
It was very popular the first time around.
Yeah, well, we've gotten lots of feedback. We've gotten folks to give their ideas, and there's lots of excitement about it. Now we need to ensure that it's funded. We need to ensure that it gets carried out so that there's activity downtown, because really the health of a community can be portrayed in its downtown, how healthy its downtown is. So if we have a healthy downtown, people are shopping, people are spending money, they're coming down here, then it will create a place that people want to be and want to buy houses and want to do business in, and that's important to the economy.
So if this initiative is successful, what are the things we're going to see from it?
Well, so we'll see new streetscaping downtown, so you'll have more space for patios, you'll have more space for activities, you'll have possibly some event spaces that you can hold downtown events at, so that you don't always have to close the street. So you're not taking traffic away. You want to drive traffic downtown and have a spot for them to go. So events building on existing events like the Queen Street Cruise, like Rotary, like the Christmas festivals that we have downtown, the tree lighting events. So it's building on the successes we've already got to make the downtown more of a community space.
What else is the council? What can we see from council as far as initiatives and other initiatives in the next couple of years, or anything that you're working on specifically?
Yeah, so I proposed during the election a downtown trolley of some nature, a bus
And
that
and most of your promises come to fruition.
a lot of them do. I've had some success and others not so successful. But, I think that it's important to keep pushing ideas forward.
Absolutely.
Eventually, you're going to have some that are going to take off. We are still trying to attract industry here. We're trying to attract Noront. The submission has been put in. I think they're waiting on some provincial government activity to determine whether or not we're the site that gets chosen. If that happens, obviously you'll see consumer confidence going up,
100%.
and activity in the housing market. There's you have to focus on. You can never just focus singularly on one issue. You have to focus
Right.
on everything. You have to focus on the economy. You have to focus on tourism. You have to focus on culture. You have to focus on arts. You need to do it all at once. And you have to focus on doing it within the ability of people to pay for these initiatives. So, you're looking at you're pulling 3 or 4 different levers at the same time to try and move forward.
Well, from my perspective, unbiased, of course, I view you as one of the most effective counselors and a true leader on our city council. So I appreciate all the efforts you do. Last question. This is a tough one. Name a couple of former councilors you admire the most?
Well, none in Ward 1, except Steve Butland. No, I think we
No. You know what? Your style is all your own, and like I said, just being there myself, I think you've done an amazing job your past term, and it looks like you're off to a good start in this term. And I know that you keep a great eye on economic development in our community and the budget. And I think those are two of the most important things that the councillors have to have a stewardship over. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. You have to make sure that the economy is growing, so you are taking in more tax revenue without having to tax people as much every year. So you want the base to grow so that you don't have to increase as much.
Councillor Matt Shoemaker, one of the best councillors on council here. Thank you very much for coming, and it looks like the future's very positive in Sault Ste. Marie.
I hope so.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Thank you.